Yeah, it's a great honour and a real privilege, and it's not something you really go out there to play for, but it's good to get some recognition when you have a good game. So yeah, I'm really happy.
What do you think's been the key to your success this season?
I think probably a bit of continuity in training and playing, and being able to just week to week train hard and play hard and review, and almost get into a bit of a routine and a role with what I'm doing. I think that's probably been the biggest thing for me. Yeah.
And did it all just sort of click for you on Friday night?
Yeah, it all just sort of came together really. They were sort of locking down Gov a bit, so it gave me a bit more freedom, which was good, but it was only an event so far. I've only really played one good game, so hopefully can continue the forward going into September.
You mentioned Jeremy McGovern. Are you two working pretty closely together in the way you're marking and learning from him?
Yeah, I learn a lot off Gov, and he's probably the best backman in the game, and reads the play really well, and he teaches me about the sort of cues you need to read and how you should go about it. So I work pretty closely with him, and I work with Scoey as well, doing a lot of game style knowledge stuff. He's got an elite footy brain, so I've got some good tradies around me.
Having the confidence to be able to fly for the footy and intercept mark rather than worrying about your man, is the balance between that, and how have you managed to work that out so well?
That's probably something that comes more in the review with Adrian Hickmott and Mark Nikoski. I've worked pretty closely with them, and it's something that, it's a bit of a punt, but it's live or die by the sword really. If it comes off, it's good, but if not, then it's something you review and have a look at and reassess.
Do they encourage you to live or die by the sword? Is that a message? Have a crack and see what happens?
Yeah. The messaging is really big on play to your strengths, and it's one of mine, reading the footy. So they certainly encourage you, but there's always that balance.
Some players are quite natural at that, reading the play, and you seem to have it. When did you notice that you had that skill set?
I'm not really sure. Probably when I first came to the club, and when I first started playing a bit of waffle footy and realising that I wasn't bad at dropping off, but it's like anything, you still got to work hard at it, and there's a lot of other areas of my game that need improving.
You mentioned earlier you've only played one good game, but there'll be a lot of people who beg to differ that you've been quite good this season. How have you found your year as it's progressed? Have you found that the more confidence you've got, the better you've got as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think that, as I spoke about before, that continuity and playing some waffle and stringing together some good form in the waffle, and then heading up to the AFL and trying not to change your mindset too much and trying to keep it real consistent with the way you prepare physically and also mentally. I think that's probably helped me in my development with footy.
The continuity. Did you battle with injuries when you first got on the list? I remember a couple of years ago we filmed a running session of yours where you were throwing up a fair bit. Did it take you a while to get used to AFL level standard training and the build up to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I started my career quite slowly, if you want to put it that way, and I sort of hadn't done quite the training load that is expected of someone just coming into the system. So when my training load got really increased, my body wasn't ready for it and it broke down, hence the injuries in my first year. But I think through sort of off seasons and pre-seasons, being able to get stronger in the legs and stronger in the bodies has been able to help me stay out there.
So why did you start slow? Was that just attitude and getting used to being a footballer, or was it more just you didn't have those years before playing regular footy?
Probably a bit of combination of both. I sort of didn't really get what it took to be able to compete in this lifestyle when I first got here, and on top of that, I probably didn't understand what it took to get here in the first place. I was probably a little bit lucky, so I hadn't quite learnt what works for me in terms of working really hard on the track and off the track.
You've put on a lot of size probably in the last 12 months. Is that a fair comment? And can you tell us how much weight you've actually put on?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think probably since I got drafted about 12 kilos maybe, so a little bit of size, but I'm starting to be able to run with it, which is good, and I'm feeling like my energy is getting better, so it's all positive.
What was the turning point for you in terms of building that fitness base up, or sort of clicking for you, knowing what you had to do to reach that level?
Probably this pre-season. Like I stayed out there last pre-season and got through, but I wasn't with the group. I was lagging off, and even still, I'm a bigger boy and I'm not aerobically that gifted, so I still drop off. But it's more about just hanging on and staying out there, and I think I probably learnt that this pre-season just been.
Tom, where did you play most of your junior footy?
I played my junior footy at Scarborough, the Seagulls, and I'm a very proud Scarborough boy. And I played for Claremont after that, and went through the development squads there, and ended up playing a couple of years of Colts there, and now at East Perth.
As a key position, or did you when you sort of got to about 16, 17, where were you playing mostly?
Mostly as a junior, I played forward. I was never a huge kid, but I was always of medium size, and I like playing up forward. And I think my underage year at Colts in a practice game, they threw me in full back and never really looked back.
What's it like knowing that you're giving Eric McKenzie out of the team?
Oh, it's not why you play, and it's not the sort of competitiveness you want to have. You want to be competing for the right reasons, to be able to keep each other at a real good standard. And Easy's been great to me with my development and teach me how to do it. But I sort of just try to keep focused on my own role, and whether that be at Waffle like it was earlier on in the year or towards AFL now. So I sort of just try to keep my mindset as straightforward as I can.
Comfortable looking forward to finals, and you haven't, I think, played 11 games, so be possibly playing finals in your 12th game. Not too many blokes get the opportunity to do that. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, it's an honour really. It's the stuff you dream of, and playing AFL has been a big thing for me, and I'm just starting to sort of find my feet, and to be able to play a final it's a real privilege, and I can't wait to get out there. Yeah.
You had, was it shin issues a couple of weeks ago? What was the nature of that?
Oh, it was just a bit of a load problem, as we spoke about before. I put on a bit of size this year, and body takes a bit to start coping with a bit of extra weight. So they gave me a week off just to rest the shins.
Yeah, and the injuries you spoke of earlier in your career, what were the main issues there?
Mainly groins. Yeah, I had a couple hernias too, so I got those operated on, and my groins couldn't really cope with the training load, so had to rest them.
Shannon Hearn's 200th game next week. What has he done for you at the club? What sort of leadership has he provided?
Yeah, Bunga's he's just a genuine, honest fella. He's a ripper bloke, and he's done a lot for me in teaching me about the lifestyle and what it means to be an AFL footballer and what it means to play for West Coast. So I'm stoked for Shannon. I can't wait to run out with him.
Is he quite vocal in the back line, or is it more just lead by example and do it that way?
Oh, he's known to hand out a couple sprays, but he does lead by example. I think that's why he's such an effective leader, because he just gets it done.
What about the Bulldogs? I suppose Boyd, that's him. Yeah. Boyd is probably the best you might be matched up with next week.
Yeah, Boyd's he's a good player, and I got to play against him at State 18's level, and he hurt his ankle in that game, but I reckon he kicked probably 4 in the first 5 minutes, so it'll be good to test myself against him again. If he gets up, I think he might have hurt himself, but it'll be also about sort of my own preparation and keeping my head level and go and hit the doggies as hard as we can.
So that's the one and only time you would have played on him, that under 18?
Yeah, it's the only time I've played on him, so I might owe him one.
Was it literally 4 goals in 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think it could have even been 5. He got off to a flyer and was just bombing them from everywhere, so yeah.
What was going through your mind when all that's happening?
Oh, it was me and Aaliyah, who's playing for Sydney now, and we sort of trying to convince each other to go on him. So yeah, I think I got him in the end.
Tom, with you and Gov being similar players, is he the boss back there if you get into his space or get in his way? Is he pretty vocal?
Nah, Gov's good. He's understanding, and sometimes we both fly and clash each other, but as long as it gets to the front, we're happy.
You say he's the best defender. Is that legitimate? You think he's the best defender in the comp right now, as we speak?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think that a player like him who can use the ball and intercept mark really well, it gives your team a head start when using the ball attackingly. So I think, yeah, he's probably up there. I think he's in the All-Australian squad, and hopefully he can make the final 22.
Barrass or Barrass? Can we confirm that? We've been told now this year it's Barrass, is that right?
Yeah, it is actually Barrass, but I sort of always just say Barrass or roll with it because I can't be bothered correcting everyone. But it is Barrass, yep, and my dad Tony will be on to me and make sure I'm correcting him now.
And you folks tell you to be wary of the media?
Yeah, he tells me they're snakes.
Gump.